I just wanted to put a few things straight. I just want to iron out some of these creases, answer some of the questions that some of you resellers have. I'm not going to ramble for too long. I'm starting to see the reselling community change. I'm starting to see some massive divides. I just don't get it. People have got too much time on their hands, and it's more than just some people. Too many people have got too much time on their hands. All this chit chat, all these live streams, you know who you are. You know who you are. Business sellers get this, but private sellers don't. It does take its toll, and it's not the evil eyes that glare down at the private sellers from ye business sellers that say they don't care. They say they're not too bothered. But let's be honest, we've all seen the chats. We've all seen the. Just do your own thing. Worry about you. We're going business. It's a celebration. It's a celebration, and we're going business. And no, it's not because of all the naysayers. There we go. Boom. Boom. Shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 tick. Boom. Am I joking? Welcome back, ladies and gents. Ding dong, and my WeTransfer file has just arrived, perfectly timed. It's been a long time coming, as always, with Maximus & Co. No, Thrift up, look sharp. Start again. Welcome back to another video, and it has definitely been a long time coming. If you don't know me by now, I am a part-time reseller, full-time hoarder. Although I say part-time reseller, I've never even considered myself as a reseller up until sort of the last couple of years. Don't get me wrong, been to boot sales, and I've always been thrifting from a very, very young age, but I never really got to grips with the selling part. I just sort of stored it. You know what I mean? You've seen it at Maximus & Co, no doubt. If not, and you're new, I have got another channel and it shows a load more shenanigans. So yeah, please do go check that out. But this video is just putting this out. I've been wanting to do this for the last, I don't know, since the last video. And I'm actually a little bit thankful that I didn't, because there's been a few more updates since. I just wanted to put a few things straight. I just want to iron out some of these creases. I want to answer some of the questions that some of you resellers have, or some of you folk within the reselling community have, within the comments or within the live streams, within the chats and within the videos that I've seen, the uploads, the edits, whatever. You know who you are. You know who you are. But yeah, I'm here to put a few things straight, and I'm here to clarify and update. You know, it's not a competition. I'm not here to, like, you know, it's not top trumps. I'm not here to say, yeah, I do more than you, but I actually think I do. And that's not regarding reselling. Reselling is at the last, it's at the bottom of the agenda in here, which is why I've never really looked at it as like a business, or ever considered it as a business, or ever considered myself as a reseller. But things change, and it's not down to the policies and the updates and the fees and the business sellers get this, but private sellers don't. And it's not the evil eyes that glare down at the private sellers from ye business sellers that say they don't care. They say they're not too bothered. But let's be honest, we've all seen the chats, we've all seen the discords, we've all seen the live streams. You're bothered, and you've got time on your hands to dig deep and sort of look into other people's channels and shops and accounts, and for whatever reason you're letting it bother you. Don't let it bother you. Just do your own thing. Worry about you. That's all you can do. Do you know what I mean? It's not worth the beef. But I'm starting to see the reselling community change. I'm starting to see some massive divides. I'm starting to hear the whispers within, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not liking it. I don't like it. I just don't get it. I just think some people have got too much time on their hands, and it's more than just some people. Too many people have got too much time on their hands. Let people do what they've got to do. Just is what it is. But yeah, anyway, my update. Why are you here? Let me have a sip of my drink. I've got some big updates, huge updates. Like I say, never really thought myself as a reseller. And if you don't know me by now, then you're probably never going to get to know. But if you do want to know Maximus & Co and DD the Cob, other channels that I've got. But yes, for now, updates on the Thrift Look Sharp and the eBay shenanigans, and potentially Vinted. But going by some of the resellers' videos that I've been watching lately, maybe not Vinted. But we'll come back to that on another video. But today, eBay, my eBay update. So, after looking into sales and doing a sales update, I started to sort of have a little look into years of eBay and progression, if you like. And like I say, it wasn't until I sort of uploaded that video that I realised how many sales I had this past year. So when I look back at the previous year and then the previous year before that, you can see that there's like 13 orders throughout 1 year, for example, compared to the amount of orders that I had this year, which is just exploded out of the water. My sales were through the roof. It was insane. And it's nothing on the scale of some of you guys. I know. You know who you are. It's nothing on your scales. And I'm not trying to be at the minute, but I will be one day. But yeah, it's that was just a comparison from my last year to this year, for example. It was just a completely different ballgame. Not to mention that this eBay account very much started from shifting the stuff within the loft. Now, if you look back at all the sales, the last time I shifted something from in the loft was a very long time ago. So where I fell into this reselling community, I've very soon become sort of not only buying bits from the boot sales for the house or to keep or to hoard. I was then buying things that I knew that you guys would pick up, and like I say, I was trying to get these mystery boxes going, feeding your shops and all that sort of stuff. And I had different motives, different reasons, but I also knew that I could make some money. And like I said on these videos, I made money, and I made some good money, and it got me out of some fucking sticky situations, which is blessed, and I can't take that away from it. But I never looked at it like a job. It wasn't a job for me. But then all this chit chat, all these live streams, all these questions, all these eyes, all these stares, all these, we're not bothered what you lot do, but at the same time we are. You know what I mean? All this sort of stuff did get me thinking, especially coming off the back of doing that video that I done last. So I started to have a look into it, and yes, it did surprise me, and it has definitely swayed my decision in what I'm going to do with my eBay store, and potentially another eBay account that I'm going to have running as well, because I'm in a sticky situation. I don't know, I've still got a lot of stuff to sell of my own, but looking through some of the research that I was looking through, that don't seem to matter either when it comes to sort of taxes and what we declare and blah 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 blah, because I was very much under the impression when I was first started on eBay, and maybe naive, maybe wrong, but I think, correct me if I am wrong in the comments, or yeah, let me know please, but I was under the impression that as long as you wasn't making £1,000 per month, you didn't have to tax that, right? So all this time on eBay, that was my mindset. And I don't know why or where that came from, whether it's legit, but that was my mindset. So the 90-day total, I knew that 90 days, 3 months. I thought if that doesn't equate to 3 grand, then I know that I'm not making that sort of money. And it's never been anywhere near that until last year. And it only got to like 117 or whatever. But anyway, I'd never got to that point of having to declare that I've sold something. And especially when it was the bits that was ours from the loft, and that is all still there. You know, I only got through a small little chunk of that, and this is one of the reasons why I'm considering keeping an eBay account for private, for personal stuff, because I'm definitely not going to have that on a business account if that's where we're going. Do you know what I mean? But we'll get to that in a second, because it doesn't seem to matter what it is that you sell, whether it's stuff that you've bought online to sell, bought to sell online for profit, or whether it's stuff that you own, because it doesn't matter. Let's just take a look at this, because so the main difference between a private and a business account on eBay are the benefits they offer and the types of sellers they are best suited for. Private account, goods for casual resellers who don't plan to sell regularly. Private listings allows buyers to remain anonymous, and sellers may use them for high-priced items or pharmaceuticals. What the actual are you going on about? I don't know where this has come from. Business account, good for resellers who plan to buy and sell items regularly, who already have a business outside of eBay. Business accounts offer additional features and tools such as the branding, display your company name and logo and all that sort of and the inventory management. So yeah, obviously I looked into it before I'd done it, because I was hesitant, and it was only because I had that jump up in sales that I thought, I better actually look into this, because I do go out to buy things to actually sell for more money, and although I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, after reading some of this, I clearly am, or was, or could have been, or would be if I continue any of those. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, Selling items that are not for your personal use. When you're selling items on eBay that you acquired with a purpose of selling and not personal use, you should consider opening a business account, and that's what's sort of done it for me. If you plan to sell more than 65 items per month, opening an eBay shop could be more cost effective. Again, consistency. I can't keep it up. I can't keep it up with YouTube. I can't keep it up with eBay, which is why I've never really looked at myself like a full-time or a part-time or even a quarter-time. I don't know what you'd call it other than less than part-time hobbyist resellers, because it is the last thing on the agenda. 2 trips to the horse field daily, or 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, smashing ice this time of year with my bare hands, going in doing a full day's work, coming back, giving lifts, taking lifts here, there and everywhere, being the only driver in the family. It does take its toll, and it is quite time consuming having to be here, there and everywhere. So the time that I actually get to sit down and speak to you lovely lot is midnight. It is currently, oh no, I lied, it's 11:28 on a Saturday night, but it's not the time that I really want to be doing these videos, but it feels like the only time that I actually get some peace and quiet. Living room free, with no noise, no TV, no music, no interruptions. Can I hoover this? Can I relay the carpet? There's no trips to the vets. I can just relax. I've been waffling. They said stop rambling. Anyway, back to it. Selling on eBay. So this is where I started doing a little bit digging, and this is what I realised. It's just like people that, I know I say keep your business to yourself and everyone should just get on with their own shit. I'm just giving a little bit of advice because I was a bit naive, and after reading some of this, I hope that people that are are still doing what I was doing. Maybe they're naive, maybe they know more than I do. Maybe they don't, I don't know. But hopefully they'll do the right thing, because we're going into a realm where nothing is hidden. You cannot, even if you want to, dodge or try to get away with, X, Y, and Z. It's just not worth the risk. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. But have a little look. So, John posted this about a year ago, and he said, I have an eBay account. I have an eBay account used primarily to dispose of surplus household, DIY and other personal items, invariably for less than we paid for them, along with sales of similar items on behalf of family and friends who don't use eBay, and stuff we inherited from late parents. Proceeds split with my siblings. Okay. The probability is that sales from my account will exceed £1,000 for the current and next couple of tax years. This is largely because we are selling a lot of items we have bought over the years for our drawn-out house renovation, but ultimately didn't use, and was because we plan to downsize in the near future. Unfortunately, as none of it is bought with intention of selling, I have very few receipts. What I want to ascertain is whether the £1,000 annual tax-free limit. This is what I was talking about earlier, and this is what I was mentioning, because I think this guy probably had the same mindset as me, but he actually looked into it before I did. Good man. So what I want to ascertain is whether the 1,000 annual tax-free limit relates to a profit or simply the total value of sales. I hope this is not the latter, as it would seem very unfair to have to pay tax on the proceeds from selling things bought new, upon which we are effectively making a loss. Which, yeah, I agree. It does feel unfair, and it also feels unfair that you would have paid tax on them items originally, and now you've got to pay tax on them again. It's fucking criminal. It ain't right. It's not fair. But apparently it's law. And then the HMRC admin response was, hi. No, hi, John. Right, where is it? Hi. The £1,000 applies to sales and turnover. If you claim this, you cannot claim any other expenses. Please refer to the tax-free allowance on property and trading income. Thank you. And that was 11 months ago. So he's put, oh, get off there. He's put, thank you for your reply. However, I am not trading. I'm simply disposing of surplus possessions. As I stated, the vast majority of the items will be sold at a loss. Surely I cannot be liable for tax on such sales. Surely you can't be. What did they say? Hi, John. Oh, they've got a hi, John. They've got him by name now. Hi, John B54. B54. If your turnover is £1,000 per tax year, you will need to declare this. Per tax year, not month, max, tax year. If your turnover is £1,000 per tax year, you will need to declare this. You can only claim actual expenses for the items you are selling, and you have receipts for all of them. Otherwise, it would cost, I don't know, otherwise it would be the trading allowance of £1,000 that would be allowable, and anything above this would be liable to tax. So there is some sort of, the £1,000 sort of things there. It's a trading allowance or some shit. No idea. Help me out. Tell me. I'm learning. Fucking what? My lips are cracked from being outside in the cold, in the ice. I'm still bunged up. It's been 3 weeks, ladies and gents. I've been feeling rough as shit. And I'm putting up with the comments and beef and the unnecessary divides within the reselling community when I'm not even really in the realm. I'm not in the Discords. I'm not in the chats. I'm not in the all the live streams. And I'm still getting... You know what I mean? Right. Fnac you. Alright, so hi. We downsized to a park home and I've been forced by my wife to sell stuff I've collected over the years as room is limited. I've sold things on eBay like my books, medals, toys and 2 watches, photos and some household items. Everything I'm selling is mine and is junk. Some items I've made profit, others a loss. I took early retirement and only got my private works pension, which is under 10k PA, and nothing else. From the 1st of January 2024, I've sold well over 30 items and made less than 6k. Up to now, selling my own personal items and household stuff we have no room for. I am a private seller on eBay and I wondered if I have to register with HMRC as a trader, and if so, how do I go about doing it? Or do I wait until HMRC contacts me at the end of the year? I wouldn't do that. I know I am over the limit of the 30 items a year with the 6k, but I'm not buying stuff to sell. I'm just trying to get money back on the stuff I've collected over the years. Hope someone can put my mind at rest. Thanks. That was from Mark Himsworth. Thank you, Mark. So, hi. I forgot to mention in my post that I've been selling my junk on eBay for the past 2 years since we've downsized. Nothing has been bought to resell, just stuff taking much needed room. Thanks. Just to clarify, just thought you'd get that in there. And now this is the HMRC. Hi, not on first name basis yet. You fucking what? It just jumped ship. So basically, you need to check if you need to declare income from selling personal possessions, goods or services online, creating content online or renting out property using digital platforms. So there's loads of different reasons why you'd have to declare it, and it's cash in it. You've got to declare it. It's money. But yeah, this was all on the HMRC. Found some bits on eBay. I've learned a lot over the last few days, and like I say, I still to this day wouldn't class myself as a reseller. I don't know how this business thing is going to work. By the sounds of it, it's not great being a business seller or having a business platform. I'm certainly not going to be paying for the monthly extras for the shop. But yeah, basically, if you're only selling personal possessions, you'll probably not have to pay income tax. That was the impression I was under. However, depending on the items you sell and how much you sell them for, you may need to pay capital gains tax. That's another thing you need to look into. And this applies to selling personal possessions. If the items are worth more than 6k, then you've got to declare that. But I think that's quite obvious. We're talking sort of little bits, pennies compared to sort of what they're talking about. But at the same time, we are entering a realm where you cannot get away with not doing it. So if you are in this realm and you're buying stuff to flip online, whether you're big or small, start putting a little bit aside just for that rainy day, just in case, or just start paying. They talk about QuickBooks and they talk about other bits and bobs. I'd love to have a chat with you all about that, just to see how that works for you. I know you'll rave about it, but I want to ask if you've actually ever had an accountant, like an in-person accountant that you can chat to, me if you want to, or just talk over the phone. But yeah, I've learnt some bits. There's still more shenanigans in this, but yeah, the 6,000 capital gains limit tax thing, that applies to single personal possessions. Also applies to the total value of items set. For example, chess pieces, it could be books, it could be anything that we're into that we're selling, ornaments, antiques, vintage stuff, yeah, all that. And they give an example, cash in the attic. So it says if you're clearing out your attic and you decide to sell your unwanted items using an online marketplace, it's unlikely that you'll need to tell HMRC about this income or any tax, as long as none of the items are worth more than 6k. What if it all totaled to 6k though? So example, selling a personal possession for profit. You're renovating your home and you decide to sell a picture you own using an online marketplace. You bought it 5 years ago for 1,600 and you sell it at the current market value of £8,000. You'll be f***ing buzzing. You may need to tell HMRC about this income, as you've made a gain of £6,400. Selling goods. You're probably trading if you're selling goods that you have bought intending to sell for profit, made including items you make for a hobby. Examples that upcycling and selling. You upcycle second-hand furniture as a hobby with the intention to resell. You sell them through an online marketplace. You have received income through an online platform. Selling goods, and you may need to tell HMRC about this income. Importing items to sell, same sort of shit. It's obvious, isn't it? It's a no-brainer. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know people are gonna like still do what they want to do. It's the same with Vinted. It's like I was thinking about going pro on Vinted, and the last couple of days seeing the videos that I've seen, it's like, do I even want to go pro on Vinted? Do they get any more benefits? I mean, I've had a bit of issue with my money before when I very first withdrew some money from Vinted because I'd never done it before. It did take a couple of days to process. After that, it's been blessed, and it's only been once that it's taken longer than an hour. And eBay is every time I want to get the money out, boom, I can transfer it straight into my bank, and there's never money in there for long. It always gets chewed up, ate up, and used up on something. But the other day, for some reason, I transferred it to my bank account, the same bank account, and it took like 5-6 hours. And I was in a queue to pay for something at the post office, 3 items to send off, 4 items, 2 of them which were large, and it comes to like 20 something pound total. And I had to literally leave the receipt with them. They give me a copy, and I had to come back and pay for it when it cleared. And luckily, Sarah sent me some money through because it wouldn't come through and clear. I was hoping that just getting out, the signal might have worked and all that sort of stuff. Sitting in the car, it didn't work. I thought, I've got to go back in there. I can't not go back in there. She did say, I'll just come back tomorrow. But I couldn't do that. And yeah, Sarah sent me some money. Boom. And then later on that night, come through, and I couldn't believe it. I was to the point where I was gonna complain because I've got so used to just being able to access it. If there's 40 quid in there, I know it's a £40 backup. If I need that for fuel, if I need that for something, at £40, that's a backup. But yeah, I couldn't get it. So it's a lot of shit in the air, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of illnesses about. There's a lot of just. Let's not get these divides. Let's bring the reselling community back. I know there's a lot of people being pushed out or shunned, not actually maybe verbally. Some of them are, some of them not, but even silently. You know who you are. Just let's nip it in the bud. Let's bring it all back together. Link up. Let me know some comments in the chat. I need some support. I need some help. I'm in the process of this thing happening, and I need to transfer some over, and it's going to be a long ball ache. What I might do, I might just put everything 50% off and donate. No, or not that. No, not put it off 50% off, but put 50% towards charity on the Maximus and Co one, and then just start fresh on Thrift Up, look sharp as a business. I don't know, but yeah, look at sales that compared to last time is insane. So I'm at that point. Congratulations is in order, but I know it's going to be a lot more pressure, a lot more stress, and there's going to be a lot more money going out at the end of the day. But having an accountant like I've got, I feel like we can work things out and get things to a point where it's cost effective still, and I'm not losing out too much. Do you know what I mean? So I'd love to do a video on that and let you know what my accountant says and what he can offer for the prices that he offers, of what he charges. It might be better than QuickBooks. You never know. Let me know in the comments. Ask me some questions. Let me know if you want to link up, if you're a fellow reseller and you are a business seller or you're a private seller and you want to have a little chit chat or give me a little update or educate me. I need educating slightly. I'm doing research. I've done loads digging the last couple of days. Not digging, but it seems you lot have been digging. A lot of you lot have been digging in other people's it seems, which is funny. It is funny, but you got just how much time have you got on your hands? Jeez. I've had to wait till midnight to do this video because I have no time, so you can just sit and oh my days. Anyway, sort it out. Chat to you in the comments. I'd love to have a catch up on a live stream. Reach out to me. Who wants to have this chat? Who wants to talk finances? Who wants to talk eBay? Who wants to talk business? Because I need some support. One love. Subscribe. Ding the bell. Leave me a comment. It's free. Come on. Support the wave. I want to get to 1,000. It's a big ask, but we can do it. We can do it. I'm not forgetting about the other waves. Don't get me wrong, but Thrift Up Look Sharp is the one for now. We are getting this to a K with your lovely support. Mwah. Let's just shut that down.